Buongiorno. 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 Hello. I actually don't think I have to be quiet because I think my sister is not sleeping anymore. But I might be wrong. I saw her today, so I know she was woken up, but maybe she came back to bed. I don't know. In this video, I'm gonna talk to you about, guess what? Books. Specifically about 11 books that I've read in the month of November. 11. But like half of it are graphic novels, so graphic novels and comics. Like literally half of them. And I'm sick. I'm sick. But I have my tea. So, let me grab the first book. So the first book that I read was The Mystery of Black Hollow Lane. It's a first book in a series, which is really cool, but I don't like reading series. It was such a good read. It was really good. It was a really pure and cozy read. It's a little bit like a dark academia, but for middle grades. So here we follow this young girl who moves to England because her mother put her in prestigious boarding school. And then she has some mystery to solve, to discover, considering connected to her father, connected also to her mother a little bit, and like her past in general. It literally was like a dark academia for children. It was very spooky, it was cozy, and I love the characters. I don't remember how many stars that I give it on Goodreads. You can follow me on Goodreads if you want to. You can add me as your friend. You don't have to follow me. You don't have to follow. Just be my friend. Come, add me as your friend. And then we have like a list of graphic novels and comics. So I've read Eyes of the Storm by Jeff Smith. Then I read The Dragon Slayer, also by Jeff Smith. And then I read Rockjaw, also by Jeff Smith. I'm continuing my Journey with Bone comic series, and I'm absolutely obsessed about it. I know I've talked about the series in my previous wrap-up, and I was pretty involved in explaining how good it is, so I'm not gonna repeat myself, maybe a little bit. The characters, perfect. The plot, amazing. Dialogue, captivating and funny. World building, absolutely amazing. The more you get into the story, the more you see and the more you realize the whole world progress with you reading it. Does it make sense? Was it grammatically correct? I don't think so. I still stand by what I've said before, that I love it and I think it's so good, and it's complicated, okay? I mean, like, you start with these few characters and then you go for like the whole universe, a whole country. You discover so many things. That's crazy. You sort of grow with them. I really love that idea of the journey. So I absolutely recommend you this series if you want to have a good time, because it's really good, and I can't wait to finish it because I want to know like the core, like what exactly happened. Hi. Then we have Coraline, graphic novel. I am obsessed with Coraline. Hi. I'm so weird. And I absolutely love the book. I saw this version in a bookshop and I was like, whoa, okay. So I bought it. So it's a graphic novel of the book, and my feelings are mixed, you know? It definitely wasn't my favorite read. I didn't really like it, but I still appreciate it, you know? I always want to be positive and happy, so I don't want to be negative because I don't think it was bad. I just thought it didn't really click. I was not a huge fan of drawings, which is just my personal opinion. Like, I don't think they were bad. It's just not my cup of tea. Here we have drawings. I don't think they're bad. Like, I don't know how to draw like this. Like, respect. But it was just not my preference. It just didn't click. But it doesn't mean it is bad, okay? Okay? Don't be mad at me. It's Coraline, so I still like it. Oh, but I did like that there were scenes here that were in the book, but they did not appear and the movie. So that was pretty nice too, actually, to see that. And you know, life is about exploring. Every other interpretation of one text is always going to be interesting, because we have this original version, we have the book by Neil Gaiman, and it's nice to see different approaches towards it. So the movie, graphic novel, even fan arts, like every single one of this art form is like a personal approach, a personal perspective, personal view of an artist. So it still was very, very nice to read. Then we have, whoa, okay, we have Old Man's Cave by Jeff Smith. I didn't know I read so many Bone comics this month. And then we actually have Ghost Circles. Guess by who? As I said before, perfection masterpiece. 5 Bone comics this month. And then we had an Enchantment of Ravens. I gave it a 4-star. It was one of my favorite reads this year. I think a favorite one this month. Let's see. Yeah, it was my favorite read this month. We follow the story of this painter, of an artist, a girl who, well, works as a painter, and she basically paints portraits to folks and fairies and mythical creatures, and that's sort of her way of living. She does that because fairy people, folk people, whatever, actually vampires, they're here perceived as vampires, but they're not. It's like immortal fair folk, but technically you can think of them as a vampires. So she does it because those creatures do not have the art in themselves. They cannot create. They are immortal, but they do not possess feelings of a human, because they're not human, they're inhuman. Hence, they cannot really create, because art is about feelings, art is about creation and emotions. So this one time, she has this one client, and accidentally she paints emotions in his eyes, which is seen as some sort of weakness in his world. So he goes to her and he's like, "Girl, I'ma kill you. What did you do to my face? I don't like it, and you're gonna pay for that." So he kind of captures her, and there's this all sort of idea of like love, the idea of immortality, emotions, and I thought it was a really good book. Oh, I have to change my battery. Oh. I'm back. So, what was I saying? It was very magical, very funny. It was cool to see their relationship evolving, and like her being human and him not understanding human needs. That was definitely very funny. It did give me a vibe of Twilight. And what is even weirder is the fact that the girl here is named Isabel, like Isabella, Bella. So I did find that a bit questionable, but I didn't mind. Like, just give me vampires and fantasy and fae folk, and I'm gonna love it. So that was absolutely beautiful story. And then we have Long Live the Pumpkin Queen, which is a story about Sally, and it speaks about what happens to her after she becomes Jack's wife. And honestly, I thought we're gonna explore her more here as a individual, as a woman, but no, still her main purpose in life was Jack, which actually later I found pretty cute, because I picked up this book hoping that a reader could find out more about her as a woman, as her, because all she cares about in the movie is Jack, basically. So I thought that the book could explore her more as a person, but it doesn't. Her main goal in life is still being close to Jack, which at the beginning I didn't enjoy, because I really wanted to like connect to her, but then I did. Then I did, because I'm in love very much right now, and I actually connected to her. Her only purpose in life was to save Jack and be with him and just love him and being loved by him, which was very cute when we think about love. I think it's sweet. So at the beginning I was a little bit, okay, can you give me more? I wanna know more about her. But maybe we don't really have to. Maybe the main idea was love and is love. Well, anyways, then I connected to her because I also have my Jack. It was a very quick read, the writing was very nice, it was very easy, it just flowed, you know, I didn't have to think too much, I just read. It was a very cute book. And I do recommend that a lot. It was very sweet and really romantic, so. And then we have, ooh, where is it? The Pearl. Dude, that was such a good book. Look how thin it is. It was so thin. I read it in one day, but it is one of the best classics I've ever read. A desperately poor Mexican pearl diver finds the pearl of the world. He believes that his life will be magically transformed. Obsessed by his dreams, Kino is blind to the greed, fear, and even violence the pearl arouses in his neighbor and in himself. It was really good, it was really intense. It covered issues such as desire, such as violence, braveness, prosperity, poorness, and how far can you go when you create wealth, and where is the line between doing something for people you love and doing something because you just crave it. It was such a great book. I can't wait to reread that. Actually, like, I'm so excited to reread this book. I was actually mistaken. I didn't read 11, I read 12. I forgot about one book and I'm trying to find it. So next one is Animal Farm by George Orwell. I read it once in high school and I don't remember what feelings did I have. Oh no, in middle grade. And I don't remember what kind of feeling I had in middle grade because I was not aware enough to read this masterpiece and this political approach towards the world and universe and humanity. I was basically dumb. I'm not saying I'm smart now, probably not, but I'm definitely a little bit more aware. And this book was absolutely amazing. It was just so good. You probably know the idea of it, like animals taking over the human farm and it becomes their farm, animal farm. It's such a smart read. It explores the idea of development, of society, of humanity, of peace and war, and also prosperity and laws. There's so many good things covered in this book, and the language is also so nice. It's very easy and approachable. It's crazy to me how best books that I've read were written in this very simple language, because they just tell you straight into your face the main laws controlling the world. It was just so good. I loved it. I don't think I give it 5 stars because I really try not to give 5 stars to many books. I try to leave them for the pearls of the pearls. And then we have last one that I read this month, Great Gatsby. I've never seen a movie before. I wanted to read the book before watching a movie, so now I can see the movie, finally. I was not a fan of it. Probably because it didn't cover topics that I'm very interested in, which is like fantasy, folklore, utopian ideas, politics and society. It was a very good book because it also covered, you know, the idea of love, humanity too, prosperity, wealth, and richness and poorness. So it was also interesting, but I don't think it's my cup of tea. I did not get into characters. I was not very involved in the story, but I still think it's very nice to read another classic. I consider it a great reading month. It was an interesting and needed time. It was a good experience for me to read this. That'll be it. If you want to talk about books, I'm open. You can follow me on Instagram, you can follow me on Goodreads, or not follow, but add as a friend. I love talking about books, and if you would like to talk about them too, I'm here, I'm free. I already finished my studies, so I don't have nothing to do. No, but honestly, just let me know. And thank you so much. Thank you. Bye!